But we're at Saul's Barbecue, our first stop on Birmingham Tour. For lunch, pork and greens, cheese grits, turnip greens, barbecue pork, and onion rings, and sweet tea. And we won't get much else done today. This is the Alabama Theater, built in 1927, and it fell into disrepair in the 70s and 80s. And then in the mid-90s, citizens of Birmingham started to collect money to renovate it, and the renovation was finally completed. I can't remember what year, sometime in the mid-90s. And ever since then, it's become, I would say, the premier venue in the state for live music, movies. People have wedding receptions here. It's beautiful Spanish Baroque revival style. 1963 was the climactic year of the Civil Rights Movement, and Birmingham was kind of like the epicenter for that. So in September of 1963, the 16th Street Baptist Church was bombed on a Sunday morning by members of the Ku Klux Klan, and 4 little girls were murdered. And that was the turning point of the Civil Rights Movement, at which point white people and moderates began to say this is wrong and this can't go on, and the entire country and the world really turned its eyes to Birmingham with disgust, and the business people of Birmingham realized that this was a terrible image to project on the world, and things really began to change. So they marched over the course of 2 or 3 days, and then finally Bull Connor, the commissioner of police, turned the dogs and the fire hoses on them. And those images were broadcast around the world, on the kids, on the children. And so those went out across the world, and that happened in May of 1963, and then they called it the Children's March. And then 4 months later, in September, was when the church was bombed. And so all of that built up to that climactic moment. And then 1964 was when the Civil Rights Act was signed. We're on top of Red Mountain at Vulcan, which is the largest cast iron statue in the world. Vulcan is the Roman god of the forge. And Birmingham has this mountain we're on top of, Red Mountain, has all of the natural ingredients for steel making. And over here is Shades Mountain, and then beyond that is Oak Mountain, and those are the foothills of the Appalachians. And so this is metropolitan Birmingham all around us.